are drawing me near. I've got to find out why. Those gentle voices I hear explain it all with a sigh.
Aye, 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 aye. What comedian used to do that on the, watch the Ed Sullivan Show. It's on MeTV at 9:30 on Sundays. The best of. Topo Gigio was on again. That's 3 weeks in a row for that little Italian puppet. The Turtles were on. They all wore like bow ties and strange hats. I mean, they were kind of goofy, you know, but they were very good, and they were singing Happy Together. Diana Ross with the Supremes. They were pretty good, too, you know, and Ed Sullivan, I don't think I ever saw him smile. Tough guy I understand to work with. And I've mentioned it before. So was Lawrence Welk. Verbally, he used to beat up on people because he was a perfectionist, okay? And I had to watch Lawrence Welk in order to watch Gunsmoke following the Lawrence Welk show. My aunt and uncle loved Lawrence Welk. And as I got a little bit older, I liked the Lennon sisters. The one in the middle, I forget her name, Connie, gorgeous. Well, they were all good looking, you know? And the accordion player, I think I mentioned it before, I took a couple of lessons with a teacher. I think my aunt and uncle paid $3 for an hour. Accordion wasn't for me. Took guitar lessons. That wasn't for me. All right, then I bought my little tape recorder from Sears and started to record everybody's voice on TV, late 50s? And I still have that tape recorder. Should I be buried with that tape recorder, Lola?
Yeah.
Since that started off my career as Little Billy?
That would be a good idea.
You think it'd be a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was a 3-inch reel-to-reel, and I still have all of the tapes. I know if I play them once, they'll disintegrate or whatever. But I used to tape Bob Prince doing Pirate games. Ray Scott, who was from Connellsville, he did some of the NFL games, and he was the voice of the Green Bay Packers. I think I have Super Bowl I and II with his voice on it, okay? And I used to practice. Like when the Pirates were playing, I'd turn down the sound on the TV and pretend I was Bob Prince. Nobody could be Bob Prince, but Little Billy pretended to be Bob Prince, and I still have it. And the microphone, which was about as big as a $50 with a little cord on it. It's in mint condition. Almost everything I own is in mint condition, all right? But let's get away from that and tell you what we have coming up. A lot of Steeler news today. Jim Wexler will be joining us at 12:35 to talk about the draft coming up next week. And after we take the break at 12:15, a couple of minutes with Ray Filippo, because big news in the NFL, big news, sounds like a promotion for Big Rick, right? But the big guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers got a contract extension. And I don't know if Artie Rooney, I should leave them a text. What are you doing, Artie? That's a nice extension, 3 years. Tomlin will be here for a while. Love him or hate him, I love the guy. And if you got rid of him, who in the hell would you put in his place? He's top 3 in my opinion. Coach, best coach in the NFL. One is Belichick, I'm sorry. I have a tie for second. It's either Reed or Tomlin. I might go with Reed and then Tomlin. But who would you hire? I remember when a lot of people wanted Bill Cowher fired, right after the Super Bowl. Get rid of this guy. And then when Tomlin came aboard, bring Tomlin back, That's probably the toughest position, because everybody's cynical in Pittsburgh concerning quarterbacks and coaches. Who takes more heat? I'd have to say coach, True, the Houston Texans in the last 10 years have won more playoff games than the Steelers, okay? But Thompson's a winner. He's won, 77% of his game? Of the games played? Who are you going to replace him with? But you know what? When I heard the news, and Ray Fittipaldi will talk about it more, I don't know if Art Rooney had something on Zoom. Ray will tell us. But you know what this is going to prove to me? Let's see what kind of a coach Mike Tomlin is when Ben Roethlisberger's not there. Maybe we'll find out this year when Ben is there, okay? All right, so that's coming up. The Penguins and the Pirates are back in action tonight. Lola will be watching the Pirate game because they're playing Detroit. It's game 1 of a 3-game series.
If there's a game.
Why, is it snowing in Detroit?
They're supposed to get rain, maybe snow. So
Ooh, it's ugly. Okay.
Looks ugly up there.
The Penguins have a 3-game series with the lowly New Jersey Devils, but the Devils always They're devilish when it comes to playing the Penguins. And like the Buffalo Sabres, they got a lot of young kids, so, and everybody's playing for a job. That's game one tonight of a 3-game series at PPG Paints Arena. The Devils have lost, it was in my head, 6 in a row, and they've given up 37 power plays. Wow. In their last 10 games, if you're keeping track for the Penguins, they are 6-3-1. Okay. Tyler Anderson, if they play ball in Detroit, will start for the Pirates. The Tigers are 3-7 in their last 10 games. The Pirates are 6-4 in their last 10 games. Colin Moran, he's on fire, man. He leads the Pirates with 8 extra base hits. He's batting .299. And I'll say it again because I said it this morning. I cannot believe that Troy Polamalu Monday was celebrating a birthday. Don't tell me that Troy Polamalu is 40 years old. Don't tell me. I can't believe it. I guess we're all getting old, all right? Jim Rexell's old. He'll talk about the Polamalu book that he's written, give us an update on the draft. Before him, we have Ray Fittipaldo. I think he's on the south side. I'm not sure. He might be in the parking lot checking how many players are coming in on their own because the team's not supposed to have OTAs. But it's in their contracts. You're wondering, well, if the team's not supposed to show up for OTAs, why are players reporting? It's simple. MONEY. Why? They should show up, you ask? Silver players have, they've worked incentives built into their contracts. So if they attend OTAs, they get paid. It's all about money, my friends. Yeah? Teams are not dedicated to the cities they live in or work in. It's all about what's in my bank account. Me and Lola, we work for free almost, don't we, Lola?
I do.
But you like working with me, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I do.
And Big Rick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We could give you a hard time, but we know you're in charge. And Lola is in charge from 12 to 5. 12 to 2, she's mine. I get to share her because we're on a variety show. Believe it or not, we get along even though we're the odd couple. And we'll be back with Ray, about 5 or 6 minutes with our Steeler Insider.
Have you ever thought about having a podiatric physician examine your feet? Doctors of Podiatric Medicine set broken bones, perform wound care, and remove bunions. Common health issues that they treat include ingrown or fungal nails, corns, warts, and skin problems like athlete's foot. Foot exams are easy and can prevent many problems. If you can't walk, work, or enjoy sports activities without pain, what are you waiting for? To find a podiatric physician who is a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
We're a farm store, a feed store, a best friend store. We're a family store, a fun store, look what I found store. We're a store made for real people and some real peace. We're a high neighbor kind of store and an everyday low price store. We're Rural King, and we want to be your favorite store. Rural King, America's farm and home store.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim
Lansing. The Watchdog is protecting your yard. Join Howard Monroe, Hoppy Kercheval, Bill DeFabio, and Big Rick for the best live and local talk in the Upper Ohio Valley and beyond. Lansing trusts the Watchdog.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing.
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, I didn't think I would hear that. Way to go, Lola. You already have me working in the press box of the Wild Things. Every 7th inning, we do that. It's okay. But if the people don't go, ho, 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 or whatever, or let's go Wild Things, it's not funny. But there'll be people in the stands. 50% capacity, okay? Everything should be cool. They don't have a home game until early June. They're on the road for about 2.5 weeks. And they have a revised schedule. My worst nightmare, I didn't think we'd be playing Quebec. I don't know what their nickname is. I got to practice. But they got like 6 or 7 players. I got to do my homework like the night before a game. But that's okay. Beat's working. And I'm thinking, I'm going to invite Big Rick to come to a game. And if we're allowed to throw a first pitch, I would like to have Big Rick throw the first pitch. But I'm going to have Big Rick throw from second base. So when he bounces it to the home plate, I can make fun of him. He can't come up to the press box and get me. You'll have to get me in the parking lot. But Big Rick is a big sports fan, and he'll be at some Wild Things games. Hopefully I can get Lola there. I don't think she's gone in how many years, Lola? 4? Yeah, we got to get you there, Lola. I'll make sure you get a beer. All right? And I have the young man from West Liberty. He's their PA announcer for basketball. Really good kid. I always have him or celebrity like Lanny Ferteri come in, or Camera Bartolotta, the senator, or local politicians, because they like it when you announce their name. Their egos are worse than sports figures. Always have them do an inning or so of PA, which gives me a break, all right? And we're not going to have those double headers again. That killed me last year, double headers. I know what you're saying. Well, they're paying you, DeFabio. Yeah, they're paying me, but the vocal cords can only last so long, especially if they go extra innings. All right, we got Ray Fittipaldo on the line. Ray, we had your little one throw out the first pitch. When are you going to come out and throw a first pitch?
Well, I guess you got to wait till June. No home games until June. So,
Yeah.
Looking forward to it when it does happen, though. It's always good to get to Wild Things games.
Oh, yeah. First of all, it's inexpensive. It's great entertainment. The food's great at the concession stand. This year's free parking, Ray. How about that?
Wow, nice.
We're going to save you $5. That way you can buy your kid some ice cream and a hot dog and still get change back.
There you go.
We're at PNC Park. I don't think $5 will get you a hot dog. I know there was a turkey that paid $7.50 for a bottle of water because I thought beer was too expensive. Boy, did my wallet jump out of my hands when I paid the guy $7.50 for a bottle of water. Whatever. Billionaires, that's how they make their money, but we won't go there. I was shocked. I don't know who sent it to me. I think it was somebody, Miami Herald. I don't know why I get their sports updates, but I got it on there. Mike Tomlin, extension, 3 years. That means we're going to see Coach Mike till 2024. Don't you think that's a rather high number for a coach?
Well, Well, it's a little bit surprising, Bill, but then again, it's not. I mean, if you look, Art Rooney obviously learned at the foot of his father, right? I mean, I think this is definitely something that Dan Rooney would do.
Yes. Yes.
Just when confidence is maybe wavering a little bit in the fan base, he goes ahead and, extends Tomlin, much in the same way he did Bill Cowher, when Bill Cowher had a little bit of a rough stretch back in the late 90s. So from that perspective, I'm not surprised, but listen, every situation is different, and if you do look at this, this team, especially over the last decade, since they've, since Super Bowl 45, since the 2011 season, their postseason success just hasn't been there. They've got 3 playoff wins in the past decade, 1 AFC Championship game appearance, obviously no Super Bowl. So from that perspective, I mean, I don't know what the hurry is to sign him to an extension. I certainly don't know, why it's 3 years, but this is the way the Rooneys operate, and obviously they feel like they got their guy, so I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah, I'm sure you agree with me, with my media colleagues, including you, of course. We'll see how the coach coaches a team without Ben, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're almost assured of seeing that now, right? I mean, the speculation that, this is probably Ben's last season, so, Mike in 2022, 23, 24, he's going to have either Mason Rudolph or another quarterback at the helm. So, we're going to see what life is like without Ben. Obviously, Mike could go into television if he wanted to. Mike could go get another job if he wanted to in football. But I think he wants to prove something. And I think deep down, I think he knows he stepped into a great situation. Great defense, an all-time defense in 2008. Franchise quarterback who had already won a Super Bowl. Just tell me that Mike Tomlin wants to prove that he can be a great coach beyond having that franchise quarterback on your roster.
Yeah, and a couple of things, too. The bottom line, the players like him. Another thing with the bottom line, he's media-friendly. I got friends in Boston, they just can't stand. I mean, they respect Bill Belichick, but he's not media-friendly. So, I think he's got a couple of things going for him. And you're right, outside of football, he can do anything he wants. I could picture him in a broadcast booth, okay, with his good buddy, Tony Dungy, whatever. But he is media-friendly, player-friendly, probably organization-friendly. I know all my security friends at Heinz Field love the guy because he goes out of his way to give you a hug or shake your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, Mike Tomlin, his regular season success, right up there with Bill Cowher's. I'm sure you're well aware of this. He's got a better winning percentage than Chuck Noll, but in Pittsburgh, that's not how you're judged. You're judged on how many Super Bowls you win, and that's quite honestly, that's why Bill Cowher really, the fan base had it in for him until he finally won a Super Bowl. And now it's all, it's all fine and dandy. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's remembered fondly by the fan base. But if you go back to 01, 04, after those championship losses, and he was like 1-4 in AFC Championship games.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
There was a lot of criticism there. So I think Mike is going through that same thing. I think people forget how Cowher was treated. I think Mike is being treated in a similar fashion. Now, we'll see if Mike can, sort of climb out of, the doldrums that they're in right now. And we'll see if he could deliver another Lombardi trophy to 34 South Water Street.
10 seconds on Troy Polamalu's 40th birthday yesterday. Can you believe it?
I cannot. It actually made me feel old. He was a terrific player. I watched some of those highlights that were making the rounds yesterday. It was he had some of the greatest highlights.
Great highlights,
ever for a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he would pop his grandmother if she was going out for a pass. And 15 seconds on, I can't believe that Sunday we might see Villanueva wearing the Baltimore uniform. I guess he's scheduled to talk to them. So real briefly, because we're at the bottom of the hour, you don't think that'll happen, do you?
Well, it could. They could trade Orlando Brown, but they might be looking for a left tackle. And I think it's rather obvious at this point that the Steelers are likely to move on. So could be in the AFC North, could be real interesting. So we'll see what happens there with Big Al.
All right. Hopefully for a couple of days I won't have to bother you with Steeler news, but they're always in the news, and the NFL's always in the news. That's a great PR propaganda, Football during hockey and baseball season.
It is. Bill, have a good rest of the week. I'll talk to you.
Okay, bye-bye. Let's take a break. And speaking of Palomalo, his book is selling very well. Hope to see him in Wheeling on June 11th at the library. Standing by on deck, Jim Wexell, writer, broadcast. Well, not a broadcaster, but he's on a lot of broadcasts. We'll be right back with Jimbo.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. Marion County's leading health official concerned about a possible end to the local harm reduction program.
Parts of a new bill signed into law by the governor regulating harm reduction programs, ID requirements, a one-to-one exchange, and monetary penalties are items that Marion County Health Officer Lloyd White says will likely end their program. He adds their program complements public safety and moves people to treatment.
We've given thousands of needles out, and I have yet to have anybody tell me, you know what, great, you've given me a clean needle. I've been waiting for a clean needle so I could go do drugs. That is absolutely not even true.
That law goes into effect July 9th. I'm Mike Knowlting for WVMetroNews.com.
The capital city of Charleston's new look harm reduction ordinance goes into effect later this week. After passage by City Council last night, Council adopted some of the provisions of the new state law. You can read more on Charleston City Council's move, a story posted this morning at WVMetroNews.com. Wheeling City Council votes tonight on a plan that would allow certain special purpose vehicles on city streets. 6th Ward Councilman Dave Palmer tells Metro News the proposed ordinance mirrors the changes to state code made by state lawmakers last year.
We did this to kind of make it clear and concise for our citizens and our law enforcement officials to know what vehicles are allowed, what vehicles are not allowed on the streets.
Those vehicles have to be licensed. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It's coming back. The West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show will return to the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center next January after taking a year off because of the pandemic. West Virginia Trophy Hunters Association's Glenn Gerald says he's heard from many who are excited about the return.
The people that actually come in to the show really missed it too. They like seeing some of the outfitters they've worked with before. They become friends with them. It's like old family weekend for a lot of people here.
From the Metro News anchor desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey, buddy! Yeah! You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
You got it! Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go, 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure, I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Does your dog need groomed or walked? Are you looking for a pet sitter or dog boarding options? If so, call Dirty Paws, Wheeling's newest pet care service, providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
Have you ever thought about having a podiatric physician examine your feet? Doctors of Podiatric Medicine set broken bones, perform wound care, and remove bunions. Common health issues that they treat include ingrown or fungal nails, corns, warts, and skin problems like athlete's foot. Foot exams are easy and can prevent many problems. If you can't walk, work, or enjoy sports activities without pain, what are you waiting for? To find a podiatric physician who is a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
We're a farm store, a feed store, a best friend store. We're a family store, a fun store. Look what I found store. We're a store made for real people and some real peace. We're a high neighbor kind of store and an everyday low price store. We're Rural King and we want to be your favorite store. Rural King, America's farm and home store.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
What is Real Big Talk? Well, it's an honest conversation that you can be a part of no matter which way you lean. I'm Big Rick, your host of Real Big Talk, and I invite you to join me, Lola, and the rest of this community to discuss our world and the events that unfold daily. Be a part of the conversation at 304-214-1600. Real Big Talk, weekdays 2 to 5 on the Watchdog.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Carrying she's a silver
Wow.
sun, your best friend.
I didn't know Lola would be playing this, and I just got off the phone with Jim Wexel, and he's in Carolina. Lola, you must have ESP. How about that? How about that intro, Jim?
I thought for sure somebody had heard our conversation. 5 seconds later.
Lola, you didn't hear it, right? No.
No, I don't listen to you.
She don't listen to me at all.
I love Lola, man.
Well, I'm glad somebody does.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. When I heard the song, I goes, wait a second. Lola can't hear me. Wex and I just talked, and where are you? He's in Carolina. Okay.
Well, I'm more than in Carolina in my mind.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here.
Wow, what a beginning. How are you, Wex?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Looking forward to it, and I think we're going to get together again June 11th when you're going to be in Wheeling, so we're working on that for you. And you know what? I thought of you yesterday, last night. I still can't believe Troy Polamalu is 40 years old. Tell me that's a lie.
Well, you remember when he retired, he told me that, he said, the numbers are right. When I sat back and I thought, I'm 33 years old and I've been playing for 12 years. Those are important numbers. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, Christ was crucified at the age of 33 and he had 12 disciples. So there you go. So I've never forgotten that he retired as a relatively young man, and he's still relatively young. Maybe you and I are getting up there, but 40 is still a pup.
Yeah. Well, I'm only about 30 years older than him, so what's the difference? 40 and 70, right? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm 60, so we're all at the at that pinnacle.
Yeah. How's the book going?
Book's going great. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Everybody. I'm not just trying to say almost everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of great feedback, and that's what I wanted the people to like it. I especially want, it's not a kid's book, but I want kids to read it. I want them to learn about Troy Polamalu and how he did everything the right way and overcame adversity and would not stay down. He overcame a lot, and he's still a force on this planet as a driving force and inspiration.
Yeah.
And the book's not just an inspiration. It's a lot of fun stuff about those 2 Super Bowl years and a lot of new stuff that's out. And people tell me it's a great read. I believe it. But
I love the pictures. I don't know where you got half of those pictures, but you must have done a lot of homework, because those pictures tells me a whole lot about, his life as a youngster, a young man, and as a professional.
Well, anybody can look up his Steeler photos on the internet. These are high school photos, childhood photos, college photos. Yeah, I'm appreciative of all the people who helped me put this book together.
Okay, I want some input from you on the big story today in the NFL involving the black and gold. Art Rooney gave Mike Tomlin a 3-year extension. So unless he's fired, he's going to be around till 2024. What'd you think of that move?
Well, I like Tomlin as a coach. He's coming off a disastrous game, a disastrous finish to a season. He has his detractors in the Steelers Nation, and they are not happy today, but I'm sure they expected something like this at maybe not this time, but in this off season. And the guy's never had a losing record. He's gone through the rebuilding of a near dynasty. People say the 80s are going to happen when Ben retires. I wonder if we didn't already just go through the 80s.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not all about the quarterback. Maybe it's about rebuilding from a dynasty or near dynasty. They went to 3 Super Bowls in 6 years. And that makes you hang on to players a little longer than you maybe should. It also hurts your drafting for years. And, Ben, the fact that they've never had a losing record under Tomlin probably has a lot to do with Ben, but it's also a bit of a curse where that they can't rebuild with top 10 draft picks, such as Ben was. Ben was an 11 pick, but they haven't picked that low in a long, long time since Ben. And, Ben has something to do with that, and not having a losing record and not being able to really fortify themselves. The lowest pick they've had in this time, in Tomlin's era, was Ryan Shazier. And look, he's out of football. It was a great player.
Well, I remember the 80s. They were kind of ugly, home and away. Oh. We did some suffering on some road trips, didn't we?
I wasn't with you in the 80s. You keep telling me how you didn't like me. I think you think I'm somebody else.
Yeah.
I didn't start covering the team till 95, brother.
Maybe it was Vic Ketchman, the guy you replaced. I don't know. There was only a couple of guys. It was difficult for me because for a while I was like the only radio guy traveling. And newspaper guys back then didn't think we did any work. I had to work for a lot of radio stations to pay my bills. So I deserved to be on the road or whatever to do my job, or whatever. I can't remember. I just know the 80s were different.
It wasn't me. Just remember it wasn't me.
Okay, I know. All right. Okay. Hey, Chuck Noll had the problem of holding on to players he should have got rid of, right?
As hard as they tried to get rid of, he got rid of some guys. This group got rid of Paul Malu at 33. But you just hang on a little longer. So, yeah.
All right, later this week, and I will puke if he ever wears a Ravens uniform, Mr. Big Al, Uncle Al Villanueva, you don't think the Ravens would sign him, do you?
Yeah. Good locker room guy. He has a lot of experience. I don't think they need him as a starter, and that's, he's kind of lost some. He's in decline. He had a bad year last year. So the Steelers are looking at others. And Al's looking, the Steelers are going to sign some guys after the draft. That's when they fall out of the compensatory pick formula after the draft. You don't have to weigh it against the guys you've lost, the guys you've signed. It's a big formula. And they're looking at having a good compensatory crop next year, led by what likely will be a third-round compensatory pick for losing Bud Dupree. And so if you sign another guy right now, it might cost you a 6th or a 7th pick. So you might as well wait till after the draft, see what holes you couldn't fill in the draft, and then sign back at that position, maybe a tight end, maybe a tackle, things like that.
All right. He was a pretty good pass blocker. Like I said, was a pretty good. I don't know if he's got any fuel left in the tank or not. Maybe it just comes down to money. I don't know.
Yeah, and who knows how much he wants to play. He may be asking for more than he deserves because he may not want to play all that much. A guy like that probably has a lot of other lucrative things he could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Al's first class.
Yeah.
I don't mean to detract from him as a human or his earning power by saying he's in decline as an offensive tackle, but he could be driving up his price because he can do other things that aren't as difficult as playing tackle in the NFL.
Yeah. All right, a lot of buzz in our business and on the street, in the bars, in the restaurants, in the grocery
Well,
store.
it is 420.
Pardon me?
It is 420.
Yeah, it is 420.
It's April 20th.
Yeah.
So, of course, there's a lot of buzz everywhere.
What's that supposed to mean, 420?
He
people out in
doesn't
the
get
audience
it.
will get
He
it.
just doesn't
Lola
get
gets
it.
it. Yeah.
I get
You
it.
want to explain it to me, Lola, real quickly?
I'll do it on the break.
Okay. I was wondering, because a whacked-out friend of mine just sent me a picture of I don't know what it is, with a joint in his mouth. Does that have something with joints? I don't know. I don't do anniversaries on joints.
It's the kind of tape your Stacy can use as a promo for future Bill DeFabio shows.
No, I got it right here. That's it. Oh, big smile. Big smile, okay. Happy 420, okay. For my buddy that owns a stereo shop, okay. All right, I owe him some money,
The
maybe.
buzz is everywhere. Go ahead with your question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay, well, the buzz is, if he's available, a stud running back, would the Steelers say okay and number one pick?
You would think so.
Okay.
You would think so. And I do believe all of the running backs will be available to them. I keep hearing that the Jets and the Dolphins will draft a running back. These guys, I think they're more, the Steelers could trade down a little bit and get one of these three guys or two or all of them. So, for a team to draft one before them, maybe, but I wouldn't move up. I highly doubt that they would move up for one of these running backs. But there are centers, there are offensive tackles, there are really good centers and offensive tackles available that they may be interested in. One, we've talked about him before, Landon Dickerson from Alabama, who has some injury problems over the years. 4 of his seasons in college ended by injury, 2 ACLs, and currently an ACL. And he did get back on the field to snap the final snap of Alabama's championship. He's a massive center, excellent center. He would be befitting of the Steelers' tradition at that position. I think he's fantastic and a future, a leader in that locker room for the next decade. And there are a couple tackles like that too. They don't need a tackle, I don't think, as much as they need a center. But there are some second-round centers available too, so they could wait till the second round. But that could take the place of a running back. I do not see them drafting defense, even though there are going to be some great defenders available, and they could use a slot corner, a backup corner to replace Hayden the following year. Outside linebacker, they need a third outside linebacker. Those positions are available, and maybe an inside linebacker to looking at replacing Spillane someday. Soon, possibly. I don't know. But I don't see them drafting defense. Those are just possibilities that a lot of people are throwing against the wall. I don't see defense at all. They've drafted defense 8 years in a row in the first round. And GMs hate that. So they like balance. And it's time for an offensive player, whether it's in the line or a running back. And, Mike Tomlin is a bell cow coach. He loves to run the wheels off these backs, as we've seen over the years.
Yeah.
He gets one, and he uses them. And I think to get one of those type would have to be a first-round pick, in my opinion.
Will a good name or a good prospect center be available in round 2?
At running back?
No, center.
Center?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma, I watched him, and I was stunned that people considered him a second-rounder because I thought he was so good. And now they're starting to talk about him being a first-rounder. So he could even be the first-round pick. Creed Humphrey, outstanding center from Oklahoma. Great quickness. Some of the best times ever put up by a center. Going back to '87, since records have been kept about combines. But Creed doesn't pull. If you watch Oklahoma play, he never pulls, and you're like, wow, with that great time speed and that foot quickness I'm seeing, he doesn't pull. Well, Oklahoma never asked him to, so maybe it's something maybe that's what's keeping him out of the first round, when they see that he's just doing the basic center stuff and not impactful kind of guy, maybe Oklahoma never asked him to. Maybe he can do it.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of considerations that could make him a first rounder. And there's there's a Division III center as well who really stood out at the Senior Bowl. His name's Quinn Miners, Wisconsin Whitewater. And he is not going to move into the first round, but it's unlikely he'll be available at pick 55 for the Steelers' second round pick. And hey, in 2001, Kevin Colbert traded down a bit for Casey Hampton, used some of the juice he acquired in the trade down to trade back up for Bell. What was his first name? The Rookie of the Year. I'm going to say Kerwin Bell, but that was a quarterback from Florida. Kendrell Bell.
Kendrell, yes.
Kendrell Bell. They traded up. And so that could be a possibility here. Trade a little down, grab your running back, trade a little up, grab your center in the second round. I could see something like that. There's also some really interesting tackles available, future captains on your team for the next decade. And I bring that up because, while they have two young tackles they seemingly like, Zach Banner and Chukes Okorafor, neither has been a left tackle in the league. My gut tells me it's going to be Zach Banner, even though Chukes has better knee bend and is a better looking type of left tackle. But I think it's going to be Zach Banner. And neither of these two have been given contract extensions over a year. Chukes is coming up next year. So while they say they have confidence in them, their financial actions are not showing us that they have confidence in them. And since neither is a proven left tackle, and they don't have a third tackle anyway, except for this guy they just signed from Kansas City who's just not that good, Joe Haig. He's going to be their tight end, their jumbo tight end, and a backup guard and backup tackle. He's more of a versatile veteran. They don't have a legitimate young number 3 guy to groom and to come in as a replacement. So that could be a first round pick as well, or a high pick, second or third round too.
Yeah.
It's a deep crop of tackle. So I think you're looking at all those 3 positions, tackle, center, and running back, to improve the running game.
Well, you talk about center. Since, 69, you had Mansfield and Webby, and then Dawson, Pouncey, and then for a year or so, you had Jeff Harding. So the Steelers always seem to pull the right string for a center.
It seems to be a good year to continue that tradition, too. Yeah. The injured guy from Alabama is if I may use the term, an ass kicker. He's 6'6", 320, just loves the game. And he's part of the reason why Najee Harris, the running back, I would call the odds-on favorite to be the Steelers' number 1 pick. Najee Harris's detractors say there were a lot of holes for him from that Alabama line, and Landon Dickerson, the center, is one of the main reasons.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So, this guy, even though he's still rehabbing an ACL, his second ACL and his 4th season-ending injury, it's going to be determined what the medical group thinks of him. But he would be an outstanding first-round pick if he checks out medically.
I was surprised the Browns released Richardson. If the price was right, would the Steelers take a shot at him?
Well, the price isn't right because that's why the Browns got rid of him, and the Browns have more cap money than the Steelers do. Sheldon Richardson can still play. That's a loss for the Browns.
Yeah,
I don't see the price being right, but I like your taste in defensive tackles, Billy. I'd like to pick him up. But when Tyson Alualu signed back, there really isn't a need for. I don't want to say he's expensive, but it's just going to cost too much to be. I don't even know if he would be a reserve, and they don't have room for. It's not really a 4 defensive tackle front.
All right, I was surprised the Browns let him go, but that comes down to money. Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to pick him up. Probably Belichick. I don't know. But,
well, like I said, you sign this guy after the draft, and he's not going to count in anybody's compensatory pick formula. So, Belichick, the Patriots, I think they're the team that started utilizing the compensatory picks and putting it to work at draft time and using the rules and getting around the rules. So everybody now will, you can give him more money now and it won't hurt your compensatory pick formula for the following year.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I want to go back to Troy. After I got done reading the book, I said, man, somebody in Hollywood ought to do a movie. Was I correct in thinking that out loud?
I wish. I hope. I sent a copy of the book to Thomas Tull.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Batman, right?
Yes.
Legendary Pictures. I forgot about him. Yeah, you should give him a call.
He sold Legendary for $3-4 billion.
Yeah, I know.
So he still has connections, but he doesn't have his. It's not like he can do it automatically.
Yeah.
But he has the book. I haven't heard back from him yet.
Yeah. The thing is, who would play Troy? You know? There you go.
Troy has always been close to Mr. Tull, and
yeah, that's right.
Troy is a fanatic about movies. He loves movies.
Yeah.
He has a theater in a house, and he has always been. He loves his commercials. He loves doing all of that. And he's close to Mr. Tull, and he could do it himself. Maybe, I don't know.
Boy, that would be great. Yeah, you could.
Sure
would be a position for you. Consultant? Based on the book, Palomalo by Jim Wexell? I could see that now on the silver screen.
I've always wanted to grow up to be a consultant when I grew up. It seems like the perfect job.
Well, when a lot of guys are too old for radio and that, and they get fired and they can't get a job, they become consultants, okay?
Well, hey, let me know the next time a consulting job opens up in any field.
Okay, all right, okay. That would be great. Thomas Tull, I didn't know that he and Troy were good friends. I'll tell you what, there's a movie in there somewhere. Maybe it's
Well, I think that book it's the defining book of that decade of Steeler football excellence.
Yeah.
A lot of great characters in the book.
Yeah.
And in that time.
Yeah.
What's
next? By the way, Jim, what's next? How do you top Palomalo?
Well, you call Mr. Jack Lambert.
Oh.
And I did.
Wow. And he said?
And he called me back.
Ooh.
Of course he's not going to answer.
No.
He called me back. And we had spoken 12 years earlier. He gave me an interview because my first book, he called the best Steeler book ever written, How Can I Help You?
Wow.
I said, wow, I'm surprised you called me back. And that's when he told me, I usually don't call people like you back, but I read your first book, and it was the best Steeler book I ever read. How Can I Help You? That was Tales from Behind the Steel Curtain, which is out of print, but if you can get a copy, there's a lot of cool Lambert stories. I don't know the literary grade you would put on it, but the Lambert stories are fantastic, and he probably appreciated that. So I asked him then, 12 years ago, let's do a book, because he was complaining about, Jack Lambert could say anything he wants, it's not complaining or whining, of course, but he was putting 4 kids through college, and he said, people think I'm rich like these players today. I said, well, let's do a book, let's help those kids get to college. He said, nah, books should only be written about great people, and then he would list like 4 or 5 Republicans.
Hey, he just sold his denture case container for like $3,000.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to do a book now. But anyway, he called me back. He goes, how can I help you?
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I said, Jack, I still want to do that book on you. And the Steelers called me and told me that he was trying to get a hold of me.
Okay.
Are you running up against a break, Billy?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Hey, if you do a book on Lambert, you got to have a picture of him without the teeth, the one that I watched for a lot of times. Hey, Jim, I'm working on June 11th so we can all get together and have a good time.
June 1, buddy.
June 1?
June 1.
Okay, I thought it was June 11th. Thank you, man.
Looking at the exclamation point on there. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Billy, thanks for having me on. We'll talk June 1.
And I'll try and help you out.
It's FM 98.1 W251CY, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7 W249DU, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. In Minneapolis, the jury is sequestered as it deliberates evidence in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Cities on alert for when a verdict happens. At the White House, President Biden weighing in on the trial and tensions across the country.
President Biden Tuesday said he held off on weighing in on the trial of Derek Chauvin until after the jury had the case and was sequestered.
I'm praying the verdict is the right verdict, which is, I think it's overwhelming in my view. I wouldn't say that unless the jury was sequestered now. Not hearing me say that.
The president said he spoke by phone Monday with members of George Floyd's family because he wanted to know how they were doing.
I can only imagine the pressure and anxiety they're feeling.
Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Members of the Biden administration meeting with senators today to make their case on the president's $2 trillion infrastructure plan. It does not have enough votes to pass yet, even with Democratic support. Republicans say it includes funding for climate change and child care projects. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg telling senators the basics are also included.
This plan would improve more than 20,000 miles of roads and 10,000 bridges. It will strengthen aviation, ports, and waterways. It will address critical backlogs in rail and expand world-class passenger rail services, including high-speed rail.
In New York, happening now on Long Island, police searching for a gunman they say fled the scene after shooting 3 people in an office at a West Hempstead grocery store today. Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder says it appears to be a targeted shooting and involves store employees. Authorities still working to find the person responsible.
We do have a person of interest. A person of interest. His name is Gabriel DeWitt Wilson.
Police confirmed 1 person is dead, 2 others injured. Of the injured, 1 was shot in the chest and 1 in the shoulder. Stop and Shop issuing a statement saying they are in shock and heartbroken by the act of violence. You're listening to ABC News.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. 1 call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
China's president issuing a warning that some believe is aimed at the U.S. ABC's Britt Clinette reports from Hong Kong.
Chinese President Xi Jinping warned in a speech at an Asian Economic Forum Tuesday that no nation should dictate global rules or interfere in other countries, a thinly veiled slight against the United States, which China has clashed with on a range of fronts from trade to human rights.
Another political setback for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
In a stunning defeat, Israel's prime minister losing control of the parliament in a key vote. Benjamin Netanyahu outmaneuvered at the last moment by the Arab Israeli party he's been courting. Ra'am leader Mansour Abbas casting the deciding votes to wrest control of the powerful Arrangements Committee from Netanyahu's Likud. The anti-Netanyahu bloc will now replace the Likud Speaker of the Parliament and surely sink Netanyahu's latest plan to hold on to power, holding a direct vote for Prime Minister. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
As the world starts to emerge from the pandemic, the International Energy Agency is predicting a major surge in carbon dioxide emissions. Agency officials say total energy emissions for 2021 will still be slightly lower than in 2019, but they say carbon dioxide will rise by the second largest annual amount on record. Officials say a key factor for the surge is the use of coal in Asia. This is ABC News.
And let me get right back to you. Sandra, those banners come out tonight. Can you pack them? Indeed. Knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin. On machine 4? Like at Monica's print shop. To fulfill orders on time, she needs to get started hiring right away. We need Indeed. Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is ONN.
On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. Columbus is bracing for any incidents that could arise when the verdict is read in the trial of a Minneapolis police officer charged with murder. Krista Frost with affiliate station WBNS-TV in Columbus reports.
At the State House, they've put some barriers up in anticipation for any sort of demonstrations that could break out. We know that happens a lot here at the State House, especially in the last year or so. Thousands of people hitting the streets to protest George Floyd's death. Community leaders like Reverend Tim Aaron says he's hoping that people don't turn to violence in this verdict's aftermath.
Move past the madness of hatred and racism and find a way to see one another as human.
From the State House, Krista Frost.
And a former corrections officer in southern Ohio has been indicted on felony charges in the death of an inmate last year that he's accused of slamming to the ground during a struggle. Tracy Townsend has more.
The Ohio Attorney General's office says former Scioto County Sheriff's Office corrections officer Billy Thompson was indicted by a county grand jury Friday on murder, voluntary manslaughter, and reckless homicide charges in the death nearly a year ago of 56-year-old Kevin Bailey. Bailey's sister, Karen Skaggs, told the Portsmouth Daily Times that she was happy, sad, and mad about news of the charges. Tracy Townsend, ONN News.
And I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
More live and local programming than anyone else in the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog returns in moments.
Frio Stack & Associates auctioneers, realtors, certified appraisers specializing in antiques, business liquidations, multi-parcel land auctions. Frio Stack & Associates is a regional business offering the executor, attorney, agent, and other individuals the most comprehensive and technologically advanced auction and appraisal services available. For information on our service, call our office at 304-233-3168 or email frioauc@aol.com. Frio Stack & Associates sells the earth and everything.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not. The courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. A mix of sun and clouds, a daytime high near 63. Clouds thickening through the overnight as temperatures dip down to about 34. You'll see a daytime high of 43 for your Wednesday, after a few early morning raindrops and perhaps even a snowflake or two. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
Not so very long ago, the world was different. Oh yes it was. You settled down and you built a town and made it live, and you watched it grow. It was your town. Time goes by, time brings change.
Just a reminder, this is a Frio and Stack update. Online only auction. The bidding will stop next Monday, starting at 10 o'clock. And the pickup will be next Thursday, April 29th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 132 North 19th Street. It's the estate of Sally Fitzsimmons. We know her as Sally. It's Sarah Simmons in Willwood, okay? Lots of stuff. Vintage oil bottles. 15 lots of 50 Washington 90% silver quarters. All kinds of goodies. If you're into, I like this Dick Tracy tin wind-up car, okay? That's an oldie but goodie. A lot of assortments of Barbie dolls and collectible dolls, some brand new, still in their packages, sealed, okay? So there's something for everyone, okay? And all you have to do is, for live internet bidding, go to www.frioauction.com and click Bid Now. If you want more information, you could always call Jim and Shane at 304-233-3168. The bidding closes next Monday at 10 a.m., and then pickup is next Thursday at 132 North 19th Street from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So let the bidding begin. When I was talking earlier with Ray and Jim Wexler and Ray Filipaldo about the contract extension for Mike Tomlin, which I thought was really interesting. You're going to have him around for 2024. The Steelers don't usually fire guys, okay? And remember, since 1969, they've only had 3 head coaches: Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. Does that say something about stability? And maybe why the Steelers might be one of the better professional outlets in all of sports? Who knows? Let's go over the sports calendar before the oldies calendar after the break, coming up at 15 after. It's a hockey night and a Pirate night. Weather permitting, the Pirates are scheduled to play the Detroit Tigers tonight. And the Tigers are 3-7 in their last 10 games, the Pirates 6-4. The Tigers, they've been struggling of late. The Pirates have been playing well of late, especially their first baseman. If he continues at this pace, you might see him in the All-Star game. Then he'll probably get traded. Nolan Moran leads the Pirates with 8 extra base hits, batting .298. Tyler Anderson is scheduled for the Pirates in this game 1 of a 3-game series in the Motor City. The Penguins, like the Pirates, are playing tonight, but the Penguins will be at home. They'll face the New Jersey Devils. The Devils have lost 6 in a row, and they've given up an amazing 37 power play goals. In their last 10 games, the Penguins are 6-3-1. Game 1, 2, and 3 with New Jersey all will be played on the Penguins' home ice at PPG Paints Arena, okay? I mentioned it earlier today, and I mentioned it with both Ray and Jim. Hard to believe that Troy Polamalu Monday celebrated a birthday. The Hall of Famer turned 40 years old. And as a team over the weekend, the Steelers opt out of their OTAs. But guess what? Several players reported for workouts yesterday, and more are expected today. Why are they showing up, you ask? Simple. MONEY. A number of Steeler players have workout incentives built into their contracts. Okay? No practice, no money, right? No incentive. So, you're going to see a lot of players from the Steelers going to work. I wonder how the media realizes how many players are going in. Are they atop the hill above the south side facilities with binoculars and checking out the parking lot as the players get out of their cars? I don't know, because you're not allowed inside the fence. But Jerry Dulac, maybe he's got some insiders in that Steeler office, which I think he does, but we won't name names. We don't want to get anybody in trouble, especially yours truly, okay? But that's the big news. Mike Tomlin, a 3-year extension. He'll be around till 2024. I can't wait to see how he coaches with a Ben Roethlisberger, who expects to, he thinks he's going to have a good year. Maybe if he stays healthy, he'll have a good year. But when Ben leaves, does that change the situation involving how Tomlin coaches or whatever? No matter if he has Ben or not. When you're 4th and 1 or whatever, at the 1-yard line or goal line, you go for it. Take it in there, coach. People will remind him of that more so than all the good things he's done. Remember, he's won about 77% of his games. Can you name coaches that are better than him, not named Belichick and Reed? Come on. What if Artie fired Tomlin after next year? Who do you bring in? You bring in a young guy from the college ranks? Do you stay in the NFL? Who else would you want if you couldn't get Belichick or Reed? Sean Payton? Nah, I'm not a big Sean Payton fan. But Tomlin's the perfect guy for the players because the players love him. I never heard a player say anything bad about him. And he's media friendly, much more friendlier than Chuck Noll and Bill Cowher, so the media loves the guy too. And, he's a good guy. All right, we'll see if he's going to be around in 4 years. He'll be around longer than I'll be around, but that's okay. I want to see what he does this year with Ben Roethlisberger maybe playing out the string, but you never know with Ben. All right, we're going to take a break. Yours truly and Lola, the Odd Couple. We're back and check out the oldies calendar right after this. We are AM 1600 and the Watchdog.
Let your voice be heard. This is Big Rick, your host of Real Big Talk, weekdays from 2 to 5 on the Watchdog. Just because my name is on the show, that doesn't mean that this show doesn't belong to you too. Lola and I can drive the bus, but you can jump on and join in. Breaking stories, local, statewide, national, and around the world discussed right here on the Watchdog. 304-214-1600. Real Big Talk with me, Big Rick. Weekdays from 2 to 5 on the Watchdog.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joyce Wright. Thank you so much to the Watchdog. I want a flat screen TV. And thank you, Baylor and West Liberty University.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
Baby loves me, yes, yes she does. All the girls outside, yeah. Says she loves me, yes, yes she does. Gonna show her tonight, yeah. got the way to move me, cherry. She got the way to groove me. She got the way to move me, cherry, baby. She got the way to groove me. All right.
And the musical melody. Lola picked some good ones. Neil Diamond. I could listen to Neil Diamond all day and all night. Are you a big Neil Diamond fan, Lola?
Yes, Bill. You should
Now,
know that.
we promoted 420. We promoted Jim Wexell, Ray, with the Steeler news, big news. What did I forget to promote, Lola?
Wine and cheese shows.
How could I do that?
I don't know.
Are you counting the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so am I. I could use a couple of bottles of wine and some cheese, and I know where to go to get some. Right here in the studio, as a matter of fact, with Janet and Corey. Okay, Lola. On this date in 1959, Desi Lou Playhouse. Of course, Desi Lou, owned by Desi Arnaz and his wife, Lucille Ball, made millions of dollars. They had the Playhouse on CBS TV. They presented a two-part show entitled The Untouchables. Okay? Who was the star of that program and then the movie series?
I don't, Jack Webb, I don't know.
Robert Stack.
Oh,
Robert Stack.
didn't watch it.
Yeah, I loved it. I have the best of somewhere in DVD or Blu-ray, I don't know. Robert Stack was also in one of the Airplane movies, which I still watch and laugh.
I didn't think he was a very good actor.
I didn't either. And in the Airplane movie, he wore a bad hairpiece. Why? I noticed those things. Okay, did you like the Airplane movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny, especially the first one. All right, I guess you could say Johnny Carson pulled a fast one. On this date in 1979, he was said to be leaving The Tonight Show. Newspapers, radio stations, TV stations around the country gave details why the comedian and late-night host was said to be unhappy after 17 years on the show. Was it more money? Did he want more vacation time? He had a 4-day week. Did he want 3? Because he wasn't working Mondays. What was enough for Mr. Carson? The joke's on us. He hung around NBC for another 12 years. Did you like the British pop musical group Wham, Lola?
Yeah.
Okay. They released cassettes, which is unusual back in 1985, in the People's Republic of China. And selections from 2 of the group's albums were packaged and sold on cassette tape. Wonder if that's worth any money. I don't know, I don't have it. Wham, they had a couple of hits because it featured a pretty cool guy named George Michael, all right? Let's see. What did Madonna do? That's not worth mentioning. She got so money to do something. Born on this date in 1889, and I hope nobody clones this guy. Adolf Hitler, murder of over 6 million people, the ultimate racist, and as Time magazine said, redefined the meaning of evil forever. Committed suicide April 30, 1945.
But did he?
Did he? How'd you know I was going to say that? You've been reading my mind all morning, Lola. You're smarter than I thought you were. Matter of fact, you're brilliant. Yeah, what do you think? Did he commit suicide?
I don't know. They never found any proof.
Yeah.
The Russians found a skull, and then because of all the infighting among the Allies, all of a sudden it disappeared.
Yeah.
So there was no way to check the DNA.
Oh, boy.
Well, there's a huge conspiracy.
Yeah.
That because there was a rat line that ran all the way from Germany down through Italy, and the Vatican helped get a lot of these Nazis out of Europe and over to Argentina. Mm-hmm. And the rat line ran that way, and then there was a rat line that ran north, and they used submarines then that they would pick Nazi party officials up and get them down down the European coast.
Yeah.
So, there's been a lot of talk that he survived.
Yeah, last time I was in Italy, I remember, I think I have a picture of it, a statue of Mussolini. And I wonder why, because this guy was Hitler's good friend for a while, you know, he was a bad guy. I don't know, I have no idea. But they hung Mussolini in the streets upside down and slit his throat or whatever, so they got him. Ryan O'Neal, now I know you didn't like Love Story.
No.
Okay?
Not at all.
But it's his birthday. He was also in Paper Moon. Did you like Paper Moon?
Yes.
How about What's Up, Doc?
Yes,
Was he in the original Peyton Place?
yes.
Okay. How old is Ryan O'Neal? Wow, he's old. He is old.
74.
79.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Tillotson, I remember him. He had a great song, One-Hit Wonder, Poetry in Motion. I'd sing it, but Lola was waiting for some wine. Maybe after she drinks wine, I'll sing it. It born on this date in 1939. What did Steve Spurrier do? You know, when Steve Spurrier was a Heisman Trophy winner at Florida, I thought he was going to be a great quarterback. Wrong. Oh. When I saw the remake of King Kong, and King Kong is holding in his right hand palm Jessica Lange, I went berserk. It's her birthday today, Lola. She was also Academy Award-winning actress in what movie? Tootsie, goodbye.
What?
Tootsie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that
Forgot
movie.
she won an Oscar for that.
She was in King Kong, as I mentioned. All That Jazz, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
And The Postman Always Rings Twice. Was that the remake or the original?
Huh?
Was that the remake or original? Okay.
The original was with John Garfield and Lana Turner.
Boy, I love you for that stuff. You're so informative. How old is Jessica Phyllis Lange today?
70.
72. Clint Howard. Ring a bell?
That's Ronnie's brother.
Yeah, younger brother. He was in, you know what? I didn't think he was a great actor, but when your brother has a lot to say in Hollywood, you know what? That's an opening door for you.
Give him a job. Just give him a job.
Yeah, just give him a job. Ice Cream Man, never saw that. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Was that about me, Lola? Backdraft. I can't remember him in Backdraft. Cocoon, I remember him there. How old is Clint, the younger brother of Ronnie?
63.
Good guess, Lola, 62. And they got a book coming out. Brothers in Hollywood or something. I don't know. I'm going to mention this guy, Lola, because he used to play for your Detroit Pistons a long time ago. Born on this date in 1971, graduated from University of Tennessee, played with the Knicks and your Detroit Pistons of way back when, Allen Houston. I don't want to figure out his age. He was born in 1970.
I don't remember him playing for the Pistons, but I remember Houston.
Yeah, I do remember him too, yeah. Okay. Dennis Rodman's girlfriend at one time, what was her name?
Carmen Electra.
It's her birthday today.
Good boy.
Playboy magazine cover girl, 2003. I think I have 2 issues of that.
I'm sure you do, Bill.
Maybe it's worth $1. TV game host. I never knew that. She was a TV game show host. MTV, actress in Baywatch. Oh, I do remember that. Scary Movie. I liked all 4 of those. Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, and 4. And she was in the remake of Starsky and Hutch. I like the original Starsky and Hutch because I love the cars they drove. How old is Carmen Electra today?
Not old enough. No, I don't know.
Take a guess. You've been real good. You've been hot. No, she can't be. Wait a minute. My figures are wrong
62.
here. 1972. Okay, 2 from 11's 9. 7 from 49.
Oh, I was off.
That's okay. I was way off too. And I think that's about it. Let's go over the music. 1950 was the year before I was born, but I remember playing or hearing it later in life. Peter Cottontail by Gene Autry was number 1. No, I don't have that 45. 1958, who wrote the Book of Love? I didn't, but the Monotones sang it. 1966, awful movie with John Wayne, The Ballad of Green Berets, sung by Sergeant Barry Sadler. 1974, The 3 Degrees, TSOP, The Sound of Philadelphia, number 1. Number 2 was The Locomotion by Grand Funk Railroad. And number 82, if Butch was here, he'd like it, I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. And he would like number 2, We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's, whatever, Go-Go's. I got to go. Got to take a break. It's the bottom of the hour. Coming up, standing outside the door here, Wine and Cheese Show with Janet and Corey. We'll be right back on AM 1600.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. State Department of Agriculture reporting the losses incurred at the Cedar Lakes Conference Center over the past 2 fiscal years will be covered from the governor's contingency fund. Spokesman Crescent Gallagher.
The facility itself experienced a 30%
revenue decrease in fiscal year 20 and an 80% revenue decrease in fiscal year 21, just because we were not able to host events or classes or camps at the facility itself. In total, we estimated the total cost of loss during that time was $1.7 million.
And according to Gallagher, the Justice Administration was able to restore all of that funding, and the facility is now open and accepting reservations for events. There was concern earlier this year it might be closed permanently. Charleston's new harm reduction ordinance takes effect before the end of the week. City Council last night passing that measure. Councilmember Bruce King spoke in favor of it.
I think it strikes a balance of requiring accountability as well as compassion and requiring them to discuss treatment options during their visits to a harm reduction program, and I urge passage of the bill.
The city, the same as a new state law, requires harm reduction programs be licensed. A harm reduction needle exchange program in Marion County, though, may be permanently closed. Health Officer Lloyd White says the new bill from the state may put more requirements on harm reduction than they can cover. He says the county's program will be paused the day the new law takes effect for reevaluation. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Natural Resources Police from the West Virginia DNR are investigating a turkey hunting incident from early this morning in Mason County. Information we have indicates the victim was hit with shotgun fire and the shooter fled the area. The victim is recovering this hour. His condition is not known. The DNR, State Police, and the Mason County Sheriff's Department are all involved in the investigation trying to find the shooter. Again, that occurred earlier this morning as the spring gobbler season is underway. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. The PGA Tour has strongly encouraged its players and caddies to get COVID-19 vaccines, according to a memo sent out yesterday. The tour said while it will not mandate vaccination, it will require those who do not get the shots to still be tested each week for COVID-19 within 72 hours of arrival on site and at their own expense. Those who test positive for COVID-19 will be required to withdraw and be subject to contact tracing and quarantine procedures. Longtime NFL quarterback Alex Smith, the reigning comeback player of the year, has announced his retirement from the NFL. Smith caps off a 16-year journey that saw him spend time in San Francisco, Kansas City, and Washington. Download the Score app today. Lightning fast sports alerts. It's why the Score app is one of North America's most popular sports apps. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up a non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. Fever is a leading symptom of COVID, and using an accurate thermometer has never been more critical. In published studies, no-touch thermometers miss more fevers than they detect. While the new COVID vaccines are becoming more widely available, it is important to make sure you are protected. Monitor for fever with an accurate thermometer backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies. Details at Exergen.com, where accuracy matters.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
See the Wheeling Nailers in person Sunday, April 25th, as they go against the Fort Wayne Comets. Puck drops 4:10. Enjoy great family fun and entertainment with the Nailers, proud affiliates of the Pittsburgh Penguins. and watch players who may become future NHL stars. Experience the 29th season of pro hockey in Wheeling. Get tickets now for the Nailers game, Sunday, April 25th at Westbanco Arena. Call 304-234-GOAL or visit WheelingNailers.com. This is Nail City.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end.
I've seen rain, and I've seen attractive women, and I'm looking at one. How are you? You look really good today.
Thank you.
You know?
I must be fresh because I have a day off.
Wait a minute. You took a day, you're the CEO
I did.
of Valley Cheese, and you took a day
I
off?
did. I'm still here working, though, aren't I?
Yeah, why?
Because I do it 24/7. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter
You ought
what
to
day it
relax.
is.
You're going to get old real quick.
I know.
Yeah, I like your outfit, too.
Thank you.
Happy 420.
I'm proud of my costume.
Yeah, happy
I mean,
420.
my Valley Cheese outfit.
Yeah. Happy 420. You don't know either, do you?
It is. That's my address. How did you know that?
I didn't know that.
It is.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Taste it, Janet, taste it.
Oh, yeah. Janet's in here. She's substituting. She's she's pinch hitting for Corey, who's going crazy at the store.
Like it?
Yes, it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's got a flavor I've never had in a wine, though, before. Wonder what that is.
Boy, this is real good. I don't know if I'm going to give this to Lola.
Like a raspberry or something.
I should give it to Lola. She helped me out on 420. She had some great music today. Yeah, she can have it. This is outstanding stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't feel like a man after what I just watched. She brings in a bottle with a cork that's halfway down, and Lola couldn't pull the cork out. I couldn't pull the cork out. She pulled it out with her mouth, and I'm there, no, don't do that.
I did. I used my teeth. It was the only way. Or we would be staring at this
Well, I was
bottle of
gonna have
wine
Big
and
Rick
not
pull it
drinking
out.
it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Big Rick, he's strong. He's built like a mountain lion. I mean, he would have taken it, but I'm there, no, don't do that, and she pulled it out. Well, let me show the folks what you got. Once again, Janet's here for Corey. Corey at the House of Wine. Yeah, let me see.
Raspberry bramble. That's why I taste raspberry.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, look at that. Not the old man with the beard. There we go, cover my face. Nobody wants to see my face on Facebook. It's a good bottle, folks. Just once I want to say it's a bad bottle of wine.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, not in what? How many years have we been doing this? 4? 3?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
3 or 4, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, this is good stuff. Oh, we didn't have Miss Critique here. Lola, 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. I can't hear you. What is she doing? Oh, she's eating.
Currently eating some vegetable dip that I brought on one of your favorite crackers. Bill, did you get some of those crackers?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's why she can't critique the wine.
Here I go.
There you go.
And which one's this, pepperoni?
That's the pepperoni pizza dip.
This wine is so good.
It is delicious.
It's so good.
It's
It really tastes the raspberry.
It's not so good.
The pepperoni pizza?
Yeah.
You don't care for it much?
It's not so good. It's great.
Oh, okay.
Now, you make this?
No, we don't. It comes in tubs and we package it for, single serving use for you to take home.
And what did Lola get, vegetable?
She got the vegetable dip, yes. And you can just spread that on crackers. You can use it to actually dip your vegetables in, but that's not your style.
But you
is it?
know
It's
what?
got to be on a cracker.
Did you get together with Corey and say what goes with this?
No.
Because this goes great with this,
It really
right, Lola?
would, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Lola and I are not feeling 100%. We're about 90%, which is still good.
That's wonderful.
This is what we needed.
Yes.
Because she still got 3 more hours after this. She got to put up with Rick. Well, excuse me, Rick got to put up with her. She's the boss lady, Yeah, from 12 to 5. It's not the easiest job in the world, but we all get along. Just like your people. You have good people working.
Yes, I do.
You know what I mean? Like they're in charge now without you down
They
there,
are,
right?
absolutely. And they're handling it just fine.
Yeah, and I'm going to make a phone call. By the time you go back down there, I'll be owning the place.
That won't be
I'm
till
gonna buy
tomorrow, but
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, yeah. By the way, I can ask you, I passed a billboard every year, every day. What is the mega now? Is it over 200 million?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
pretty sure it is, yes.
Yeah. Powerball hasn't been so high of late, I don't know.
Not lately. It's been hit 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
since the real big one.
Yeah, okay. Lola, talk about the wine while I try and take a bite out of this cracker. Other than saying it's good, describe it. The taste, your taste bud.
It's I don't know, it's not a rosé,
No.
but it's raspberry. It's got raspberry flavor to it.
It's the West White Hill. I've also had their spiced wine, too.
That's
It was
what I
really good around the holidays. They really have a good line. I mean, it's bold, but it's still sweet.
I think it's so good.
It is. It's very good.
It's from the West, yeah. It's from the West White Hills Winery in Moorfield, West Virginia. Where's Moorfield, Lola?
West Virginia wine.
Okay. It doesn't tell me the alcohol
Everything from here
content.
is south.
How come it doesn't give me the alcohol content?
You don't need to know the alcohol content of everything you drink.
Well, I want to make sure that you're happy.
I'll be happy.
Okay, consumption, okay. May cause heart problems. Oh, I've been there, done that. Okay, but it's real good. It's called West White Hill Raspberry Bramble. As soon as I sipped it, you can taste the raspberry.
You can taste the raspberries for sure.
Yeah, I've had their spiced wine.
Oh, it is
That
so good.
Really good.
It's a semi-sweet blend of red grape wine with raspberries. There you go.
And Corey's brought that spiced wine before warm
Yeah.
here for us to try, when the weather was cold around the holidays. It was a really good line of wine.
Yeah, this pepperoni pizza dip. I don't know how you come up with all this stuff.
Now, I think a Cabernet would go a little better with pepperoni pizza
Oh, yeah.
dip.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still good. But you do have other cheeses over there it'll go well with.
Yeah.
Some
Oh.
mild ones. There's a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
hot ones in there too, so watch out.
The ones with the black spots, what are they?
That's the hot
Pepperoni?
pepper cheese.
Okay. And what's the other cheese?
I think it's Swiss and probably a Colby.
Okay. And
So
that's,
those mild ones will go well with
is
this
that
wine.
pepperoni or salami?
Pepperoni and salami, both.
And what's that, baked? Baked ham? What is that?
That might be some ham, yes.
Okay, all right. I'll take that home and sell it to the oldest one for $10. He'll pay me.
You better mark out the price tag on it then, if you're gonna get
No, I
$10 out of
wouldn't
them.
do that. It's my turn to buy dinner tonight,
Just
so I
tell
don't
them
know.
that's the stock number.
There you go.
Yeah, a cab would go great with it.
It would.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Well, since you're in for, boy, you've done a great job. We don't need Corey. Hopefully he's not listening.
We do need Corey.
We don't need you, Corey. No, we do need you, Corey. Hopefully you're real busy making your second $1 million, okay? No, but as long as he pays the bills, right? That's all you worry about, paying bills,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah. You notice business getting better now that more and more people are getting their butts out on the streets?
It is, and honestly, the weather helps too.
Oh, yeah.
Sunshiny days definitely help.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it could the temperature could remain a little more steady for us.
Yeah, it was a little bit chilly this morning when I went out.
It is.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be worse. I think I heard the S word in tomorrow's forecast.
Wow.
So hopefully that's the
Yes.
absolute last of it
Yes.
for this season.
Yeah.
Well, the Pirates are up in Detroit, so
Ooh.
I thought, I wanted to watch the game. Don't know that it's going to go, because it's going to snow.
Yeah.
It's been raining all morning, and it's turning to snow by mid-afternoon.
Oh, gosh.
So, yuck.
Hey, Lola, let's take a break, because I want to try your vegetable dip, okay? And you want to try my pepperoni dip. How's that? All right? We're going to take a dip right here. Pepperoni and vegetable, okay? And this raspberry bramble. We're going to not bramble, but ramble on right after this.
I'm Big Rick, host of Real Big Talk, weekday afternoons on the Watchdog. This show is about the now in our world. Breaking stories, local, statewide, national, and around the world discussed right here on the Watchdog. Join me, Lola, and other folks from the Valley as we discuss news as it happens. What is Real Big Talk? Well, it's an honest conversation that you can be a part of no matter which way you lean. Real Big Talk, weekdays on the Watchdog.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I love living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I love living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey, buddy! Yeah! You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
You got it!
Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go. 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure. I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-362-2000, 362-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson.
Tridelphia. The Watchdog is protecting your yard. Join Howard Monroe, Hoppy Kercheval, Bill DeFabio, and Big Rick for the best live and local talk in the Upper Ohio Valley and beyond. Tridelphia trusts the Watchdog.
When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing is going right. and soon I will be there to brighten up even your dark.
Well, we just made a trade here. With crackers to be named later. I traded Lola some of my pepperoni pizza dip, and she gave me some of her vegetable dip. Oh, both are delicious.
They are very good,
Scrumbliosa.
yes.
I got to ask you, what's in that vegetable dip?
Well, there's,
It's like I tasted a whole garden.
it is very good. There's red and green bell peppers, carrots, onions, celery, broccoli, garlic, dill, and parsley.
Oh, okay.
And it's very good. We don't make it, though, but it does come from Amish country still. And it's like a cream cheese base. It's
How do you
just
get it?
delicious.
Does it come like in a
They
big
come in
bucket
like
and then you scoop it in?
5-pound tubs, yeah, and we scoop it out.
How long have you had the pepperoni pizza dip?
It's been a few years, well, 2 Christmases ago, so
And the
not
vegetable
quite 2
dip?
years, but
Yeah.
we started carrying it just seasonally, Easter and Christmas, but we carry it all year long now.
Yeah,
because
so it would be
sells
great
so
with
well.
a cheese plate or something, right?
That one and the pimento spread is a really good one that
Oh,
sells
yeah.
well.
Yeah. Is there anything down there that I wouldn't like? You have pig's feet?
I don't have pig's feet.
I'm probably the only one in my family and relatives that, I like pig's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I grew up on a farm,
Well, I put the vegetable cheese dip inside red peppers, put it on our charcuterie boards.
Okay.
Those are like the fancy boards that you've been seeing everywhere lately
Yeah.
that has all the different shapes of cheeses
Yeah.
cut up and vegetables and fruits. And
Yeah. Hey, I'm sure it helps Corey out a lot because we've talked about that. How much does social media help you?
It does quite a bit, yes.
Okay.
I mean, even just a couple people a week say, I heard you on the radio, or,
Yeah.
I
okay.
saw a commercial with you in it, or whatever.
Are you still in that commercial where you're at the bank?
I don't think that that's on television lately.
Okay, see,
No,
I don't get
but-
7 or 9.
You don't get
no.
7 or
I
9.
used to. I don't know what happened. Well, it's the cable pig. But, yeah. But I've seen it here. I think on 7 months
Yeah,
ago, yeah.
mhm.
All right. You went to the bank? Where else did you go? Weren't you in a bank? Making a
Yeah,
deposit?
that was a Main Street Bank's
Oh.
business commercial, yes.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Getting some exposure, radio, TV.
Right,
yeah.
absolutely, you can't beat it.
Yeah. All right, yeah. It's no longer a secret.
No, it's
Valley
not.
cheese, no.
You do have to remind people what's in Center Market, though, a lot, it
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like, but there's more and more from, unfamiliar faces and foot traffic lately.
Yep, every time I go, I check the
So,
license plate.
I
I see a
mean-
lot from Pennsylvania.
Right, there's breweries and restaurants.
Yep.
and gift shops,
Everything.
antiques, everything.
Yep, the bookstore. Is it open? A couple times I went,
They are reopened, yes, they opened April 15th.
I'd
So
like
they
to-
are open back up, I believe, daily.
I'd like to work there for nothing, just to be around those books.
Just to
Yeah,
check
yeah.
out the books.
Oh, yeah, they got some great books.
They really do.
Old books,
Mm-hmm. They do, they have something to interest everybody in
And
there.
I can't donate anything because they got too much. They got too much. So
They
I give them
do.
to the library in Washington.
Right.
When I should go down the street and give them some books.
Right.
All right. But this is good stuff. And these
Well,
crackers,
good, I'm glad you like it.
these crackers are the best.
They're the best, they're the Vinta,
Yeah,
the
they're-
Vinta crackers in the red box, yes.
yeah. What's the other cracker I like? It
The-
comes in a red box too.
Is it the little ones, the veggie
Yes.
bites?
Yeah, the veggie bites.
Yeah, they're
I
the
still
green
got to have
box.
a box of those. Will go great with that, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Or put a couple of pieces of meat and cheese here.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, if somebody came down and wanted something like this, what would they ask for?
That's a personal size meat and cheese plate
For one person?
for one person, yes. I mean, 2 people could eat it, but we
Well, I was going to say,
also,
what if you have 2 people that are on diets and stuff?
we
Yeah.
also give you some 2-pack crackers with
Okay.
it, like club
You
crackers
sell
and
a
then
lot of
some
these?
dipping mustard,
You
not
sell a
honey
lot of these?
mustard. Yeah, we do.
What was that thing you gave me a couple of weeks ago? It was a little bit spicy, greenish looking, small jar. You brought it?
Greenish looking.
It looked like it was
I
green.
don't remember. Last week was bacon jam.
I don't think it was that. But it was a little bit spicy, but good. I put it on my toast the other day.
Was it the beer cheese dip?
Might have been.
I don't know.
Might have been. You come up with so much
I don't
good
remember.
stuff.
There's so much stuff I bring up to you guys. It's hard.
Oh, yeah, it's just hard to, yeah, And I would love to come down and try a lot of cheeses.
Yes.
Because if I ask you, you would give me a slice of everything,
I
right?
will give you a sample, even if you ask
No.
for Limburger cheese. I'll give you a sample.
Ooh, there's something I don't
It's
like.
definitely stinky.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
we
you-
do sell a lot of it.
Lola, who likes to eat everything, do you like Limburger cheese? Just nod your head, Lola. No, okay.
No, no.
I don't know anybody that likes Limburger
We
cheese.
sell a lot of it. There's just
Must be old people like that.
Mostly, yes.
It wakes them up.
Maybe.
Yeah, give me some Limburger. Hey, I hate you. Yeah, I never like Limburger cheese. No. No, it's just, that's okay. Another one, too. I can't spell it, let alone pronounce it. Braunschweiger?
Braunschweiger's not, we have that too, but.
You
it's
sell a lot of that too?
Something goose liver that I don't really like.
Goose liver?
We do sell a lot of it.
Old people.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Some people
I
that
was
grew up
reading-
on it.
You know, I'm a sucker for newsletters and stuff, but I usually believe whatever Consumer Reports puts out, like the price of washing machines and fryers and stuff, you know, you're paying too much for the big names. They had an article in there about regular eggs compared to organic eggs. I said, really, don't spend too much money on organic eggs. You agree with them? I can't taste the difference when I cook.
I can see the difference, maybe not taste, like the.
How do you see
yolk-
the difference?
The yolk is yellower. And the yolk of a fried egg is my favorite, so I want the richness of the yolk.
Yeah. Richness in the yolk.
It is,
I got to write that
honestly.
down. Bill? Richness in the yolk. I got to check out my yolk next time.
You should.
Can't believe we're talking about the richness of a yolk or not again. So is the color brighter or the yolk?
It
or-
is brighter, yes, like more of an orangish than a yellow.
Okay, does it matter when you do it once over easy or whatever they do? I like to flip them
I don't
over
think
once.
it
What's that
matters.
called? Once over easy?
Over easy, I think, yeah.
Because if I don't have that, I could have like 4 slices of bread to
Right.
dip, you know what I
Right.
mean? It's like when you go to a restaurant. You know, I can't survive on two slices of bread, toast, especially if it's a 2 or 3 egg, whatever. But I love omelets. There's a great place in Claysville on Main Street. I got a lot of friends going there now too from Pennsylvania, all right? It's a mom and pop place. I've met the owner's kids, and the relatives all work there, and the prices are reasonable. Probably the best 3-egg veggie omelet I ever had.
Did it have cheese on it?
Yes, it
That's
did.
all I care about.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The cheddar cheese that they put on this.
Yeah, oh yeah, but that makes it. Might not be good for me, but it's, you know, it's a vegan thing, whatever. And from now on, I think I'll just get the 2-egg, because there's just so much there for 3-egg. Then they give you hash browns, all the coffee you could drink. You know, $10 bill, I still got $3 or $4 left I leave for a tip because it's so good. It's right on Main Street Cafe in Claysville. There's more businesses in Claysville than Washington, PA. You know, Washington, we got 15,000 law offices, 4,000 tattoo shops,
It's what it's all about, small business,
and a lot of empty buildings. Center Market, still the best kept secret.
right? It
around.
makes a strong community when there's a lot of small businesses in it.
Don't even compare Center Market with the Strip District. I mean, the Strip District has more shops and produce place, but the price is right in Center Market.
Right.
Plus, you don't have to pay $10, $15 to park.
To park.
Yeah. Is it still 50 cents?
50 cents, pretty much, give you
Yeah.
almost 2 hours,
1 quarter, 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Or you put a quarter and a dime in, you can stay there all day.
pretty much.
You almost have to stay there all day, just to visit
You
the
really
shops.
do, to
Yeah.
visit all. Mhm.
Yeah. I'll probably be there Friday to go to Greg's Restaurant for that fish sandwich.
Good.
What's it called? Wasn't a regular, it's a fancy name.
That's the Market Reuben or something.
Market Reuben,
Has
that's
the
it.
fish on it, yes, they are very good.
Oh, too bad you can't get a half of one.
I like the chicken wrap that they have, that's the spicy one. I can't
Oh.
remember the name of it on the menu. but-
Okay, you got 30 seconds. What kind of shopping should I do for Valley Cheese and Wine, like a basket? Mother's Day?
Mother's Day, baby showers, bridal
Baby, yeah,
showers.
that's all
We're
coming
doing
up.
all of these lately, and we're doing the charcuterie boards. A lot of people just call in and say, I want that fancy board, because they can't pronounce charcuterie, but
What is it?
It's charcuterie.
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie, yes.
Okay, I
It
can't
is
spell
the
it.
different cheeses, and there's fruit and vegetables, and everything's arranged really nicely.
Okay. How many of those you have left?
I make them to order.
Oh,
so-
okay, all right. If I told you I know Lola Miller, would you give me a discount?
I would.
Yeah, that's what I like. I'm going to abuse Lola, okay. I can't abuse her now because I got to take a break. I'm out of here. I'm going to enjoy my cheese tonight and this pepperoni pizza dip, okay? The veggie dip's good too, just ask Lola. The wine is great. Thank you for filling in for Corey.
You're welcome.
Hope to see both of you here next week.
I hope so.
All right. All right. Big Rick on the Big Rick Show is coming in a few minutes after the news break. You be careful, be considerate of others. Don't forget to check on the elderly, and I include myself in that category.
Close your eyes and think of me.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Sequestered and deliberating in Minneapolis, the 12 men and women jurors so far not sending any questions to the judge as they pore over evidence in the Derek Chauvin murder trial of George Floyd. Outside the courthouse, security stepped up in preparation for when a verdict is reached. Around the country, police are also preparing. ABC's Alex Stone is in Los Angeles.
Here in L.A., like in so many big cities, police are ready for a swift response if violence begins to break out. The sheriff saying he will call in the National Guard quickly if needed. Next door in Beverly Hills, they have all officers on duty and have even hired on private security guards to help police patrol the city, all in anticipation of the verdict.